Good day, everyone. My name is Jewel. This is J7409 Weather. Wednesday, October 28th, 2020. Lots to talk about. I'm going to try to cram everything into this video so everyone will know. So far as Zeta. Zeta is a hurricane category 1, but it should be a category 2 when it makes landfall. I'll tell you all about Zeta and how things have changed and what a lot of you can expect coming your way by late this afternoon, as Zeta will probably make a landfall somewhere between maybe 4, 5, 6 p.m. this afternoon. Please stay tuned for that. We've got to make sure that everybody over where it's so very cold, where you see that red, the ice and the snow is happening. And also, Zeta is going to spread rain all the way through parts of New Jersey all the way up. Earlier in this week, as you can see, there's a little bit of light snow going on in Maine. I'm going to show you where I think most of that will occur later in the week. All of this is because the remnants of Zeta will be moving off and combining with another low pressure, much colder system and make a little snow. Here is Zeta right now at the present time. The winds are 85 miles per hour. The minimum central pressure, 982 millibars, located 25.1 north, 91.8 west. Zeta is booking north-northwest at around 17 miles per hour. As we take a quick look at the National Hurricane Center's tracking map, you can see right now, here's Zeta around 7 in the morning. Going to be a hurricane. It's going to be a category 2, folks. So this is going to make it landfall. Winds at least 100 miles per hour. That's what it's looking like now. It's going to cause a lot of problems for a lot of people. The hurricane warnings are up in Louisiana, along the panhandle of Mississippi. We have tropical storm warnings up for a small portion of the Alabama panhandle. A lot of you guys have a hurricane warning in. The rest is tropical storm warnings all the way through the panhandle of Florida. And we have a tropical storm watch to the west of where the, in Louisiana over here, where the hurricane warnings end. You do have a watch for some tropical storm conditions. Look how this moves along, folks. Look how it moves along when it gets all the way up into these areas. Now, I want to tell you something right quick. I've got a lot of notes here I've taken. I've gone over a lot of things. 60 mile per hour winds are going to go well inland with higher gust. Keep that in mind, okay? I'm going to tell you what those are going to be right now. As we come over to the latest satellite picture, here we have it. You see Zeta going on, and yesterday I gave you some wind. That's what it looked like at that time. That's all changed, folks. Why? And why is Zeta going to be stronger than we thought? Well, this low pressure system right here that I was talking about that's going to move across, well, it's not going to move fast enough. Zeta's moving 17 miles per hour. Zeta is going to outrun it. It will not have any effect on this at all to push it out and over and weaken it. The water temperature is not going to be cooler because of this system like we thought earlier, and Zeta should be a category 2 hurricane. Now, Biloxi, Mississippi. Yesterday, your high winds were like 83 miles per hour. Well, now they are looking like 87, 90, 95 mile per hour winds. And your sustained winds can be 65 to 68 miles per hour in Biloxi between probably 6 and 8 p.m. this evening. Mobile, Alabama, 50 to 55, maybe 60 mile per hour winds. Pensacola, Florida, later tonight, 50 to 55 mile per hour winds. New Orleans, your winds have changed because This has nudged a little further to the west, all because of that upper low. It hasn't pushed it off any like it looked like it was going to. New Orleans, expect 85 to 90 mile per hour winds somewhere this evening between 5 and 7 p.m. And yes, Johnny, for you, you live in Gonzales, Louisiana. I know you're always worried about this, but your winds are only going to be about 20 miles per hour at tops, but you are going to get lots and lots of rain. Landfall again between 4, 5, maybe 6 p.m. in that area. Now, the tropical storm warnings, they go all the way north of Atlanta, Georgia. And I want to stress storm surge, the greatest storm surge. There's going to be storm surge all along these coastlines, but the greatest storm surge of 6 to 9 feet should occur in Biloxi. So, folks, please be aware of this, and please, for goodness sakes, your time to prepare is just about gone. As you can see on the map here, the rain's already started in a lot of places as it inches closer and closer to the coastline. Please have your plans ready, your kits ready. Listen to your local weather forecast. Listen to your local authorities. Please pay attention. Category 2 at landfall. So far as severe weather today, yes, Zeta's going to bring tornadoes, folks. We've already had one earlier in the morning hours between 5 and 6 just off the coast here of Pensacola, right in here. There's going to be lots of tornadoes that can happen with Zeta today. You can see, especially from a little of Louisiana down on the island here all the way up into Mississippi, Alabama, and the Florida Panhandle. And where it's dark green, do not rule them out. And they can occur anywhere in this area that Zeta is going to be spreading her wrath of wind and rain. Please stay safe and pay attention. Zeta is going to be bringing wind and rain all the way through West Virginia, the Appalachian Trail, parts of Western Virginia, a little bit of Eastern Kentucky, in the mountainous areas of North Carolina, moving on up. I wanted to show you this. So far as snow, when it combines, you can see where it may happen. Now, where it's green looking, this is wet snow. Wet snow. This is just purely cold white snow here. And where you see the little yellowish looking, that is rain and snow. Now, this is at 7 a.m. on Friday. It doesn't mean it's going to happen at 7 a.m. For example, South China, Maine, Thursday night, you have a 50% chance of rain, and then it should turn into snow. Your low is going to be 28. When you go to Boston, Massachusetts, Thursday night, 90% chance of rain. And Friday, more rain, and it's going to bring winds around the Boston area in the upper 20s to low to mid 30 mile per hour range. Take Boone, North Carolina, Thursday night or I should say tonight rather, and Thursday. You're going to have heavy rain, 100% chance of it, with winds around 35 miles per hour. So you can see how it is going to transition over. Looks like most of the heavier snow is going to be in parts of New York, Vermont, New Hampshire, and a little of Maine coming up in the later portion of the week. Looking at the storm surge with Hurricane Zeta, you can see these numbers have changed also. 6 to 9 foot. Don't mess with it, folks. That's a lot of storm surge. 5 to 7. Don't mess with that either. And that goes all the way down from Port Fourchon, moving all the way up to Lake Bourgeon. Now, when you get to the mouth of the Pearl River, over to Dauphin Island, 6 to 9 feet. Please, folks, pay attention. Yes, this slacks off some as it goes across over to Florida, 1 to 3 feet. I know you folks are used to storm surge, just like I am. You can handle that. Maybe you can handle the 2 to 4. But when it gets to this 5 to 7 and 6 to 9, and even as it rolls in with these high winds, 3 to 5 around this Alabama-Florida borderline here, it could get pretty hairy. So please pay attention to this and make sure that you are prepared. Please don't forget to get your Peace, Love, and Kindness t-shirt. I would appreciate it a lot in this campaign. We need to spread more peace, love, and kindness. If you are able, I know a lot of us aren't able, and I understand that, but if you are able and you'd like to have one of these to spread some peace, love, and kindness around, I will put the link in the description box where it says click show more. You'll find it. And this also comes in white. It also comes in white, as you can see. I like the darker color myself, and it's entirely eco-friendly. It's long sleeves, as you can see. It's got a double needle cross-stitch seam, and it's a cotton-ribbed neckline. And for every tea sale here, a donation is made to environmental nonprofit organizations. So thank you very much if you get one of these and help me to spread some peace, love, and kindness. Now, as we take a look at the NAM map, courtesy of Tropical Tidbits, I just want to turn it on and let it roll for you. Of course, Hurricane Zeta is continuing to intensify over the Gulf of Mexico before it makes landfall across southeastern Louisiana later this afternoon. Going to be a Cat 2. Winds of 100 miles per hour. The wind gusts could be more. Please be aware. Now, we've got widespread heavy rain that is expected to expand eastward from the Central Plains to the northern Mid-Atlantic during the next couple of days. Snow and ice today across the southern high plains. It's going to taper off, folks, by tonight. But we still have some fire risks, but they are also, good news, diminishing across the southwest. This is a very volatile weather pattern, my friends, and it's continuing to unfold from across the central U.S. to the deep south for the next couple of days as an energetic, cold upper-level low associated with a winter storm interacts more closely with Hurricane Zeta, just like I've been talking about, which is beginning to expand in size and intensify more rapidly over the Gulf of Mexico. Now, the cold upper air will deliver additional snowfall and ice for the southern high plains today before it ends tonight mostly as rain. Now, once again, please be aware because Zeta is forecast to intensify. I can't say that enough before it makes landfall across southeastern Louisiana late this afternoon. Now, strong southerly flow aloft ahead of the upper low. It will transport tropical moisture northward from the Gulf and interact with a stall front extending across the deep south and the Appalachians. Now, this will result in heavy rain to quickly expand eastward from the Central Plains to the mid-Mississippi Valley and the southern Appalachians today, followed by the Ohio Valley, the Central Appalachians, and much of the northern mid-Atlantic states for tomorrow. Most of the hazardous weather conditions will be near and along the track of Hurricane Zeta, and the wind and rain will steadily increase near Louisiana coast this morning before hurricane conditions and storm surge arriving with the core of Zeta during late afternoon today or early evening. Now, potentially damaging wind gusts can extend well inland, like I've told you, near the track of Zeta as it accelerates across the interior southeastern U.S. and the Appalachians from tonight into Thursday, and then across the mid-Atlantic later Thursday. 2 to 4 inches of rain. Isolated amounts of 6 inches can be expected from the Central Plains eastward to the northern mid-Atlantic, as well as along Zeta's track during the next couple of days. By Thursday night into early Friday, the core of Zeta should be embedded with a large low-pressure system while weakening quite a bit and losing its tropical characteristics. But it still can have a little snow as it moves up and moves on out. And that's going to bring some wintry precipitation, as I showed you. It can be expected over interior New England as the northern edge of the storm system brushes across the region. Relatively tranquil and cold weather. That's what you can expect for the northern U.S., while warmer than normal weather is expected for much of the west. Over the southwest, Santa Ana winds continue to die down as the pressure gradient weakens further. Great news. However, though, the fire risk does remain at an elevated level for some parts of Southern California and the Southern Great Basin for today. And that's a check of your weather. Have a good day, a safe day, a blessed day, my friends. I love each and every one of you, and thank you for your donations. If you buy a t-shirt, anything you do for me, I thank you for just watching and sharing my videos. Please stay safe. We've got some very wild weather going on, folks. Please, please stay safe and be aware of your surroundings at all times. Peace, love, and kindness to each and every one of you. Thanks so much for watching.